How powerful would it be if you were able to capture and maintain people's focus, people's attention, while persuading and influencing them covertly so that there's no resistance whatsoever? So I want you guys to just imagine something for a moment, right? I want you to imagine a plane, right? So this is your captain speaking. And I want you to imagine a plane, right? A plane, we all know, right? We all know there are loads of different flights that go every single day, etc. However, and there's loads of different people that go in a plane. However, you could potentially stack a plane with all specific types of people to go to a specific destination, and you can achieve a major outcome because you have filled the plane with a lot of potential people that could do a lot of different things. And a story is very similar in that you can stack a story with some powerful elements. Like we all know of stories, but just like a plane, you have your average everyday planes, but then if you wanted to, you could stack a plane with very powerful items, and the same with a story. You could stack a story with some very, very powerful items. So let's get started. First of all, I want to welcome you to this video. My name is Muneer, and I am going to be talking about hypnotic storytelling, how you can capture attention, captivate, and influence at a whole deeper level. So let's get going. First of all, why is this important? Well, first of all, before I even get into any of that, we're talking. I want to just take a moment. We're talking about hypnotic storytelling. So get ready, get steady, and let's get going. Now, why hypnotic storytelling? First of all, when you have stories are very powerful because you can get a lot done and capture people's attention very powerfully and influence them without having resistance. And this is quite powerful. This is quite important. With a hypnotic story, you don't have resistance. Let me just give you an example. For example, right now, if I said to you, cancel your plans tonight. Whatever you're doing, cancel your plans tonight and go and read this book. You'll be like, no. you may be okay with it. But if I said to you, oh man, I'm feeling a fair bit of stress. Oh yeah, I understand what you're saying. You know what happened? I was speaking to Ahmed the other day, and Ahmed literally he found a book. In fact, I think it was this book. And what he did was he went and he spent the night and he read that book. And he felt so amazing afterwards. I don't know what it is, but it gave him so many ideas. And literally, this is a guy that had been going through so many challenges. And in one night, he overcame so many of them. Now, just take a moment over there. Now, which one sounded more like, oh my God, maybe I want to kind of read that book? If you tell somebody something, they might resist. But I didn't even suggest that you read a book. But if I tell you a story of someone who did, what have I done? I've planted the seed so that it becomes your idea, right? $1 million ideas. When it's your idea, like you plant the seed for people to do it because it becomes their idea, and that is so powerful. So let me tell you how I discovered the power of this tool, because this was there's one event, like I knew about it, but when I saw it in action, it blew my mind. So what happened was I was in the UK, I was in London, and I was at a course, and I witnessed this happen in an amazing way, like on the spot, by one of the greatest hypnotic storytellers that I'd ever seen. Hey, Mary, good to see you. Great to see you. Thanks, Mary, for tuning in. So I'm in London, and I was learning. I was taking my NLP course from Dr. Richard Bandler. It's the guy that co-created NLP. And while I was in the, this is what I saw. This is the end result. I saw him turn to somebody and say these words: "Shut the hell up, or I'll throw you out." And I'll tell you what happened. The guy went from being a very disruptive person to quiet, and he wasn't insulted in the slightest. And I'll tell you how. Because Dr. Richard Bandler used a story. And it blew my mind of how he turned someone that was disruptive into someone that was quiet. So here's what happened. There was this guy, he was very disruptive. He's making a lot of noise, etc., like really disrupting everyone's experience. And then what happened was, Richard Bandler, like, he stops, like initially he was kind of cool, but then he goes, you know, guys, this reminds me of a story. Like a long time ago, I went to a seminar, and at the seminar, there was a guy that was really disruptive in the class, and he was making a lot of noise. And I remember I had seen the trainer. The trainer was really patient initially, but then what he did was, at one point, the trainer snapped, and he turned to the person. And this is when Dr. Richard Bandler, he turns to the guy that was disruptive. So you can imagine, he goes, and that trainer, he turned to the person, he said, "Shut the hell up, or I'm gonna throw you out." I think Dr. Bandler used a bit of profanity, but it was in a story, right? Like, he wasn't saying it to the guy, he was saying that a trainer said it to this disruptive person. And what happened? And then Dr. Bandler goes, you know what? But I would never do something like that. Like, I'm cool. I would never do something like that. And then he kept on going. But literally, in his story, he turned to the person and he said, this trainer went and said to the guy, "Shut the hell up, or I will kick you the hell out of here." And he said it to him in the context of a story. And what happened is, that guy, for some reason, he just took it as a story, but literally that guy never stopped being disruptive. And I witnessed how powerful a story can be in getting a behavior you want without having resistance, without insulting anybody as well. Because what Dr. Bandler did was, he basically shouted at the guy and told him to shut up without telling him to shut up or shouting at him, because he used it within a story and made the guy just come up with the idea on his own. So there was no resistance. So it was beautifully done. Beautifully done. So today I'm going to be sharing with you, get ready for it. Oh, wait. I'm going to be sharing with you 14 power moves to hypnotic stories. And today I'm just going to be covering part 1 of these 14 moves to hypnotic stories. So the first, and I'm going to have a couple of series at the end of this video. You'll find the link to video number 2. So let's go through this. Number 1. So here's very quickly the 14 elements. I'm not going to go through all of them right now, and you can't read them. But the first one is relevance. Okay. People love to hear stories that they're relevant to. You're going to go and hear a speaker because the story is going to be relevant to you. If it's relevant to the situation, if you want a hypnotic story, it's got to be relevant to what the person is going through, what the crowd, what the audience, what people are thinking, and or to what the topic is or the reason people showed up. And so when you have relevance, that's when people want to pay attention to the story. So this is, I mean, it's simple, but it's very, very powerful, because relevance is key. If you tell a story that someone can't identify with, then they don't necessarily, they'll tune in and out and they won't listen. And so relevance is hugely powerful in terms of the first step of creating a hypnotic story. Second element that you want to have in a hypnotic story is the hero or heroine, and it doesn't like that. That's basically the person that you're going to identify with. The person that's listening to the story is going to identify with this person, right? Like this, the hero, the heroine, the person that might be going through a bit of a challenge, right? The main person that the story revolves around. Now, it doesn't have to be a human being, by the way. It can be an animal, a pet, so it can be a fictional character, etc. But you need a story has to have a hero, a heroine, etc. that the person will identify with. Okay.
I like you. Do you like me?
One of those I like you. The you've got to like the person. So the third thing that you're going to need is an antagonist. An antagonist is basically the thing that you're going to overcome. So it could be a bad person, like you're stuck in your job, the boss is giving you a hard time. It could be a situation. So antagonist, again, doesn't have to be a person. It can be the environment, like overcoming the environment, but it's got to be the challenge, the thing that you've got to overcome. So that challenge area, so the antagonist, it could be so the environment, it could be a person, it could be a situation that you're unhappy with, but you want to have an antagonist, something that the hero or heroine is going to be overcoming. So that's number 3. Number 4 is that epiphany moment, right? So the hero or heroine is going to be going through a tough time, and then all of a sudden they're going to have this aha moment that, this is the moment where things begin to turn. This is the moment where the idea to do something different happens. And so the epiphany moment is that moment of shift, right? Think of it this way, right? You can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. The epiphany is when you're changing your direction, that moment that the direction changes, the moment of insight. So that's number 4, the epiphany. And then we have number 5, which is the transformation. This, like, if you're talking about a hypnotic story, like and telling a very powerful hypnotic story, especially in coaching, etc., something like that. But you're telling the story of somebody, the hero or heroine, who has overcome this challenge. They had an epiphany, okay, who has to go through this challenge. They have an epiphany, and then because they had an epiphany, then they achieved this result. What is that result? What is that thing? Again, and if you're keeping it into context with regards to what the person wants to achieve, you're keeping it relevant. So the transformation may be something that's relevant to what the person's looking for. So this is, hey, Marika, great to see you. Always a pleasure. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. So this is the moment. So the transformation is the result that they get. So the happy, and they lived happily ever after, whatever it is. That's the happy ending, or the result of them going through this challenge, right? So that's the 5th part. Now, in this video, I'm breaking this video into parts. So in this video, we've talked about the foundation of a hypnotic story. And what I'm going to do is, in the next video, you're watching on YouTube, just click the link below, and we're going to be talking about specific techniques to make your story hypnotic. But today I wanted to lay the foundation of what do you need in a hypnotic story. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about what elements actually make your story hypnotic. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you on the next video very soon. And let me just move to one side, but somewhere here you will be able to click the link for video number 2. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey Robin, great to see you, and I will see you guys. Hey Robin, awesome to see you, buddy. And I will see you guys on another video real soon. Peace out, one love. See you in another video soon. Bye for now.